My name's Keith. I am originally from back east Pennsylvania, but I've been bouncing around Colorado for about 10 years, which is where I started this project and hit the road last fall, I guess, before the snow started flying too bad, and just been enjoying the warm weather and not shoveling. I am a carpenter and I do construction and handyman type things as I'm traveling to fund future travel. So I just enjoy building things and messing with things, and that's how this thing sort of came along, you know? So this was a home-built yard trailer that I found relatively cheap. I ended up basically redoing everything. It wasn't built for what the camper turned into. So I redecked it, put, heavy duty suspension under it, bigger tires, all sorts of stuff. It's basically built like almost like a pickup truck camper. So I have storage. The actual box itself is built separately from these bins on the side. This side is utility stuff. I have a water tank in here, pump, 2 6-volt batteries tucked under the wheel well, and then some battery tender, things like that in this front box. So this hinges up, this part hinges down. I have a jackknife couch that the back will drop outside, and then I'll either do probably just some canvas tent material that goes around it, so it will tumble into a double bed. But if I'm, anywhere for a while, it's nice to just, lift it up. And when I was camped out all last summer, I built a screened-in window for this part, so it was always up, and with the overhang, it worked out well. But what I found in a small space, if you can, open things up and kind of, you don't want to feel like you're, really enclosed and hunkered in there. It's more, pretty much everywhere I am, I can see, look out, and the more you can bring the outside in, it's pretty nice. So that opens up. And then the front one opens up as well. It might fall closed, but it'll be okay. Yeah, pretty basic. I have this jackknife couch. What I really like is I can sit here with my feet up. And I have this drawer that pulls out, which works as my desk. It's a whiteboard desk. It's nice to be able to kind of draw on there and then transfer everything over to my notebook. What else is in here? Oh yeah. So I have this flat screen, 32-inch, on a wall mount. Huge contemplation. Should I do a TV? Should I not do a TV? I like movies. I watch, Netflix, Redbox. So that's nice for that. What else? Like I said, it was really important for me to be able to, have everything open, be able to look outside, not feel so, confined when the weather's nice. What else? A little solar charge controller. So it tells me all my battery stuff, where I'm at. What I really liked about this one, it has a USB out. So that runs my Goal Zero lights. And these are just chainable USBs. And what's really nice about these, you can actually, they have a USB out, so you can, plug your phone or whatever into them. I flipped it. And then metal ceilings, so these are on magnets. I can move them around, take them off if I want to. Those work really good. What else is in here? And then under here, I just have a big milk crate for storage. And then a DVD player and a power strip over in this one. These are from, I got these in Crested Butte, and they are actually on, they print them on metal, which is really sweet. They can fall off the wall. They're really easy to clean. You don't have to frame them. But this was from a local artist in Crested Butte that I can't remember his name right now, but they're just all, you know, all fall scenes from right around the area. And then this is just a block print that it had plexiglass and framed. So pretty basic kitchen. These shelves, I just unlatched them all, and then the problem is they were actually, no matter how tight I made these eye hooks, they would, you know, they would fall down all the time. So I just added this goofy little setup, and then they just lower down, and then they, you know, if I'm in an area for a while, they act as like double shelf space. So I'll, you know, load them up when I'm in a place for a while. But yeah, it's pretty easy. Bloop. Done. When you're building a camper, I thought I definitely had it figured out that nothing would, you know, fall off or, you know, move around. But I mean, I'm just getting to the point now where things don't, you know, they don't fly around. These things, I mean, this little trailer gets bounced around all the time. I'll come in here sometimes and there'll be, you know, stuff everywhere, but you kind of learn as you go that what falls off and what doesn't. And then these are just out of an old kitchen cabinet. I still have to frame them in and do some stuff, but yeah, just some basic storage. And then this is, I will eventually have a sink plumbed in here. And then this will be on a drawer that pulls out. And then just a cutting board top. Kind of the way it's set up is, somebody told me it's the point of your visuals that, you know, when you're sitting on the couch, you want to be able to, like, you know, see really far, and, you know, you don't want things like blocking. It's better to get rid of more stuff and have things more open than to necessarily, you know, build a wall and, you know, two little boxes up in the corner, you know, work a lot better than, you know, more storage blocking everything off. I wanted it, you know, really open in here, and I think I did it, so we'll see. And then I do have a propane, this Olympian heater in here, and then this guy's on a swivel, so I can so it pulls out and swivels. And then with having this metal ceiling, it also radiates all the heat a little bit better. I'd like to have a heater down closer to the ground, but I don't have room for one. So yeah, so I just have this basic little closet rod too. Ziploc makes these bins. They're really great. I just do laundry. I take these in with me, roll everything up, put them in there, put them back in the house. But having a closet is so nice. I never wear nice clothes, but sometimes I do, and to just not have them, clumped up somewhere is a nice little feature. Just a basic little rod to hang some stuff on. This was an old hinge that I kind of repurposed. Yeah, it's cool. It works. Right now, I have two 6-volt batteries behind this wheel well up under here, and they are flooded batteries, so I have a hatch underneath my couch that I can lift up, check the water levels, things like that. So I have the two 6-volt batteries. This is just a 30-watt panel that lives on the front, and I do have a generator for backup right now. I kind of need one because I'm always charging power tools and things like that. So, and they're super efficient. I mean, it's not like I'm I mean, the thing runs for 8 hours on, you know, half a gallon of gas. So it's not like, it's really, I mean, all solar and all off the grid, and none of that stuff is the ultimate way to go, but it's nice having, you know, some backup. I mean, I was in Northern California and Southern Oregon, and it was raining for 3 weeks straight, and I had no sun, I had no solar, and no way to charge my batteries. So it's always nice to have kind of redundant backups, you know, of everything that you can. My issue was, with it being a single axle trailer, it liked to kind of go over backwards sometimes, which would usually happen when I'm hooking the truck up. If I bump the hitch, if it kicks it up and goes over. So I had this guy do this for me, and this acts as my rear stabilizer jacks. It's chained to the frame, and then these just hinge up, these drop in, and you know, when I'm traveling and stuff like that. But it's, with, you know, the door being so small and trying to get up into there, it's quite a challenge. So, you know, this really helps out. It's a great place to hang out, and everyone should have a back porch. I mean, I can actually like stand up here and be like under the rain and look outside, and I have some hooks over here that I can, you know, hang stuff off of, and dry things while it's maybe even raining a bit. But yeah, this thing is pretty nice. Okay, so this side is, I have these storage drawers that pull out. They go all the way out, and then I have this. It's an old kids' play school countertop, and that guy just kind of drops in there like that. And I'll set up my grill outside. This setup is a shade cloth awning. I used to have a tarp setup, but I've come to find out that if it's raining or crappy, I'm not necessarily hanging out and cooking outside, I'm inside. So I switched it over to shade cloth. So you just basically loosen these up, slide a pole in, it goes out. The other great thing with not having poles that are down, you know, you can walk around a lot easier, and so they just go out from the side, which is kind of nice. These are all pallets, and what happened was, I figured out if I put a strip down the middle, I can use the same slats off one pallet. That was kind of my issue. I wanted to do pallet siding, but it's all different widths and different layers, so it turns into a lot of weird stuff and a lot of weird work. So it's nice to be able to reuse. I mean, there's so many pallets into this thing. I was like, oh, pallet siding, what an easy, good idea. And not really. You end up cutting them too short, or they break or something, and you lose one. So now I have to find a pallet that's exactly that wide. I won't find one. I'll have to like cut one down or something, but it turned out pretty cool. This is just a front gear basket. I keep gas cans in here, my chairs. We're in a big camper parts. This just gonna hit on here like that. It's nice. Get some more stuff out of the back of the truck and, you know, into this thing. Yeah, tongue weight is a plus all the time. I don't have enough tongue weight. I can, you know, add some stuff to it, and it gives me a little bit of flexibility on it. Probably the number one question I get when I'm out and people find out I live in a tiny house is, how many square feet is it? Like, how big is it? You know, like all this stuff, because they're used to HGTV and these 40-foot triaxle monsters that are tiny houses, you know? And it's like, well, mine's like, you know, 50 maybe. Like, my walkway's 13 square feet. I don't know. Like, it's wherever I am. Like, that's my square footage. Like, I don't hang out in here really ever. You know, you just want to be outside more. The fancier your rig is, the more time you spend in there. So keep it small, keep it simple. have some, you know, basics in there, and, you know, it's really all you need. Oh, I love talking about my truck. Perfect. This is a 2002 Dodge 2500 diesel, 6-speed, and it is a workhorse, loaded to the gills. I found this lumber rack with these drop-in toolbox holders. I have a little Honda 100 dirt bike, which is my second vehicle commuter car right now. You know, you think this thing's gonna be small and light, but the bigger the truck you have, the more places you can go, number one. And if this was being pulled by a smaller truck, I would, you know, not have room for all my stuff. They both complement each other well. You know what I mean? If I have random crap in the camper, I'm just like throwing some bins in the truck and, you know, not really have to worry about it. I have a full toolbox with all my rechargeable stuff. I carry a ton of recovery gear, chains, you know, sand mats, spare fluids, parts, because, you know, I'm traveling around by myself all the time, so the more situations I can get myself out of, the more self-sufficient, you know, that I feel. Yeah, I mean, if I'm stuck bad enough that I can't get myself out, I probably won't put myself in that situation. I left Colorado and immediately kind of went where it was warm. I spent a ton of time in Arizona, Quartzsite. I went down to Slab City with a lot of friends. Yeah, just kind of been poking around where it's warm and not dealing with the freaking snow. Riding my dirt bike all the time and doing a ton of exploring and actually staying in places longer. Because usually I'm just like kind of in a spot for a night or two and then take off, but now with the little bike I can go to town or, you know, go check out a lot more than I normally would be able to. It's been nice. This like younger culture and like just, you know, there's so many people that are, you know, doing this now, and it's so easy to, you know, reach out to folks and say, you know, hey, I'm in this area, and everyone's always like, yeah, come on out, like let's camp out or, you know, whatever. Like everyone's pretty, you know, pretty friendly. There's no judgment placed, I guess. You know, people don't say, oh, you like living in a camper? Like, that's kind of weird. Like, you know, you meet some random van people on the side of the road or wherever, and you're like best friends. You know, you're just like, cool, you live in a van? Cool, I live in this funky little house. Like, let's hang out, you know? It's not like there's this weird, like, social thing of like, oh, well, I live in this neighborhood, or I live in this and drive that. You're like, nobody cares. You can just move past all that and, you know, have fun, which is sweet.
Watching our video and for stopping by Tiny House Expedition. I'm Alexis.
And I'm Christian. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And for more tiny home tours and stories, click the videos below.
And join us on Patreon for bonus content,
including face-to-face conversations with us. We hope to see you there.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Have a good one.